Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves, baseball, and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Wednesday, October 15th. We're going to look at the action from around the league, obviously the league championship series, and they're a little bit one-sided right now. Both series are at 2-0. Very, very lopsided. I'm surprised. I don't know if you are, but I definitely am. I thought it would have been at least a 1-1 tie. When it comes to the series heading into their game threes. But again, very lopsided series so far. And to my surprise, the road teams are the teams that are up 2-0 in the LCS series. The Dodgers heading back to LA with a 2-0 lead, and the Seattle Mariners are heading back to Seattle with a 2-0 lead in their respective series. So we're gonna catch up with those games and we're gonna recap. We're gonna recap those games, and then we're gonna preview the upcoming games. The game three. There's a game 3 tonight. That's in Seattle again. That's for the ALCS, and then we have game 3 in the NLCS. Will be taken on tomorrow night, and I believe game 4 is gonna be on tomorrow on the ALCS side as well. So we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, I want to thank you guys for continuing to tune into the show. If you're listening to this on the audio side, make sure to follow the social media platforms. On Instagram, we're at the Chop Seat Pod. And then on the other platforms, Facebook, X, Twitter, whatever you call it, and TikTok, at the Chop Seat. So make sure to follow those social media pages. Make sure we can connect through there and have some baseball conversations. And if you're here in the video version, I appreciate that as well. And you can, same thing, go follow those links in the description, and it'll take you to those social media platforms where you can follow me there. And of course, like I just said, we can discuss some baseball, have some baseball discussions. That's all we're trying to do here at the Chop Seat. So without further ado, we're going to head into our first and only segment of the show today, which is the MLB.
It's time for the MLB.
Welcome to the MLB, where we take a look at the action from around the league. And of course, the action going on around the league is the league championship series. But before we get into that, go to SeatGeek, use code CHOPSEAT20 for $20 off your first purchase. You want to go catch an ALCS game. Hey, it won't hurt you. Use code CHOPSEAT20 to save $20 off your first purchase. You want to go catch an NLCS game? Again, go to SeatGeek, use code CHOPSEAT20, and you're going to save $20 off your first purchase. And if you're not into baseball, it's all good. Go to SeatGeek. There's anything that you can see for your own entertainment. You got concerts, you got shows, you got other sporting events. Go to SeatGeek and use code CHOPSEAT20, and you're going to save yourself $20 off your first purchase. So listen, this is the action that went down during the last time that we spoke, which was on Monday. And actually, when I was recording on Monday, let me get this song going again. I don't know what happened to this song. I'm supposed to press the wrong button here. Let's see if it starts all over again. There we go. We need that techno beat. Of course, it's the MLB. So Monday, when we were recording on Monday, the game was already underway. The Toronto Blue Jays and Seattle Mariners game 2. And I think I had left it at 3-2 Seattle with the lead. And this is what happened. We're going to recap the entire game here. It was Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Seattle Mariners. He went 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. 2 of those earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And for the Toronto Blue Jays, it was a rookie, Trey Savage, on the mound. Remember, he was phenomenal against the Yankees. This is his following start. He went 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs. All those earned, 3 walks and 4 Ks. The top of the first, Randy Rosarena, he gets hit by a pitch. Kyle Raleigh, big dumper. He draws a walk. Up comes Julio Rodriguez. He hits a 3-run bomb. That makes it 3-0 Seattle. Bottom of the first, the Blue Jays, they cut the lead to just 1 with Nathan Lukes and Alejandro Kirk. They both hit run-scoring singles. That makes it 3-2 Seattle. In the bottom of the second, Nathan Lukes, he's up again. He hits an RBI single this time. That makes it 3-3. That ties up the ball game. Top of the fifth, the red hot Jorge Polanco. You're going to have to start walking this guy, man. You're going to have to start walking him. Of course, he had runners on here, but he hits a 3-run shot. That gives the Seattle Mariners the 6-3 lead. Top of the sixth, they scored again on a J.P. Crawford RBI single. Top of the seventh, Josh Naylor, the Canadian, he hits a 2-run homer. That makes it 9-3 Seattle. And then J.P. Crawford, he has another RBI with a sac fly this time. That makes it 10-3 Seattle. And honestly, sorry to say it, but that's the ball game. That is it. The Seattle Mariners, they steal home field advantage. They stun the Blue Jays and their fans. They take both games on the road. They're up 2-0 in the series. And this is what's going on with the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays offense, that's what carried them really against the Yankees. Everyone was hitting in that lineup. But they got some guys that are struggling, and they're going to have to turn it around ASAP if they want to stay in this series. And I hope they do, because it's not going to make me look funny, because I had the Blue Jays going into the World Series since like June. So Blue Jays, and then I had the Blue Jays winning this series in 6. So they're gonna have to win all 4 games now straight. They're gonna have to win 4 straight in order to make that prediction come true. But listen, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., he's been 0 for 7 after that Yankees series. Alejandro Kirk's 1 for 7. And then Dalton Varsho, he's also 0 for 7 after the Yankees series. So these guys are going to have to really get it going to make a difference. That's the difference with this ball club. You saw how they were able to put string hits together against the Yankees, neutralize that pitching. But Seattle Mariners pitching has been able to hold these guys down. So, kudos to them. But we'll see if they're able to bounce back in Game 3, the Blue Jays, that is. If they're able to bounce back and hopefully, put some hits together and start playing baseball the Blue Jays way, which is exactly what we saw the entire year, and especially was highlighted in that Yankees series. For Game 3 is going to be Shane Bieber on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's going up against George Kirby, and I'm pretty sure George Kirby is glad to see that Kerry Carpenter is not in the lineup, because that guy absolutely had his number. Hey, maybe the Blue Jays are able to get him. Low key, they may be able to snag him, put him in the lineup. That might help their efforts to get their offense going. But that's going to be tonight at 8:08 p.m. Eastern time on FS1. And then Game 4 is going to be tomorrow. That's at 8:33 p.m. Eastern start time. It's going to be Max Scherzer, the veteran, starting the Game 4 of the Blue Jays. He'll be going up against Luis Castillo. So we'll see. Is it going to be the game clincher tomorrow for the Seattle Mariners, or is it going to be 2-1 at the moment and the Blue Jays looking for the tie tomorrow night? So we're going to have to stay tuned and see what happens there. The next series, of course, on the National League side, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers at the Milwaukee Brewers. Game 1 was on Monday. There was a game started by Blake Snell for the Dodgers, and he was phenomenal. He goes 8 strong innings, only 1 hit allowed, no walks, 10 strikeouts. He ends up facing the minimum of 24 batters. He retires the last 17 batters faced. Again, only 1 hit, and that guy was eventually picked off. So he faced the minimum in this ball game. No scoring until the top of the – or actually, no. There was no scoring, but listen, top of the 4th, we had a crazy play. It was bases loaded with 1 out. Max Muncy at the plate. He puts a charge into one, sends it out to center field. It was, again, crazy play. South Freelig, he leaps up. The ball goes in and out of his glove. The ball then hits the wall. Freelig is able to catch the ball off the bounce. Yes, he gets it off the bounce. He throws the ball in. The shortstop, Joey Ortiz, he gets the relay throw, throws it to home. Teoscar Hernandez had to go back to tag. He thought that the catch was made. It was a real crazy play. He thought the catch was made. He's called out. William Contreras, the catcher, he's over there stretching like a first baseman. He gets the ball, right before Teoscar able to slide into home. He's called out. Contreras then goes to third, and he beats a jogging Will Smith to the bag. That's a double play, inning-ending double play. They called it an 8-6-2, grounded into a double play. Crazy play. I've never seen that in my lifetime. I don't know if you have. If you have, listen, that's impressive. But I had never seen this till this play went down. Again, it was bases loaded with one out. You're thinking the Dodgers are, if it's a fly ball, you're thinking the Dodgers are at least going to get a sac fly. At least they're able to score for one. But that's not the case. The Brewers are able to get out with a double play to end the inning. And if you haven't seen it, I confuse you describing the play, just go ahead and watch it. Just do yourself a favor, because I know I do get it. It is confusing. But again, there was no scoring until then. There was no scoring until the top of the sixth, though. Freddie Freeman, he puts a charge into one facing Chad Patrick, the reliever. That gives the Dodgers the lead after Freddie's solo homer. That's a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. Top of the ninth, Abner Uribe, reliever, the closer for the Brewers. He walks Mookie Betts with the bases loaded. That gives the Dodgers a key insurance run. That makes it 2-0 heading into the bottom of the ninth. Roki Sasaki is brought in. He gets the 2 outs. Little rocky for him. A rocky appearance. His first rocky appearance. 2 walks, 1 hit. He gives up a run via a Jackson Churchill sac fly. Dave Roberts, he then brings a struggling veteran, Blake Trinan. He ends up walking William Contreras. That loads up the bases to face Bryce Terang. And listen, like another crazy sequence here. Bryce Terang, he's almost hit by a pitch with a sweeper, but instinctively he gets out the way to avoid the hit by pitch. That's a this is the perfect time to take one. The perfect time to take one for the team. It wasn't a fastball. It was one of those nice little sweepers. It would have stung a little bit, but not as bad as a fastball. But again, it's natural instincts to try and get out the way. That's what Bryce Terang does. He gets out the way. It's a 2-2 count now. Next pitch, Blake Trinan throws him some high cheese, 94, 95 mile per hour. Bryce Terang swings right through. He swings and misses. That is the ball game. Ball game over. The Dodgers win game 1, 2-1 on the road, and they now lead the series 1-0. And then we went to game 2. Game 2 was yesterday night. It was Yordan Yamamoto. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He says Blake Snell was great. That was phenomenal, but I got one better for you. He goes the complete game shutout. Excuse me, not shutout. He goes complete game. Complete game. 3 hits allowed, 1 run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. He does that in 101 pitches. He was going up against Freddie Peralta for the Milwaukee Brewers. He was not bad at all, but he goes 5 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs. All those earned, 1 walk and 4 Ks in the bottom of the first. The Brewers got off to a good start. Jackson Churchill hits a leadoff homer on the first pitch he sees. That's a 1-0 lead for the Brewers, but that was it. After that, Yoshi was pretty much locked down. He only gave up 2 hits after that and 1 walk. Top of the second, the Dodgers enter Oscar El Chino Hernandez. They answer back quickly, a solo shot by Oscar that ties up the ballgame at 1. Andy Baez, he then connects with a 2-out RBI double. That gives the Dodgers the lead 2-1, and they never look back after that. Top of the 6th, Max Muncy, he hits a solo shot to center field. He definitely hit this one over the wall this time. That makes it 3-1 Dodgers. Top of the 7th, Shohei Ohtani, he gets an RBI single. That makes it 4-1. And then on the top of the 8th, Tommy Edman with an RBI single as well. That makes it 5-1. And that's the final score. The Dodgers take game 2, 5-1, heading back home to LA with a 2-0 lead in the National League Championship Series. They look pretty dominant. Seattle's looking pretty dominant. Are they going to end up facing off in the World Series? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Who has a better chance of coming back in the series? Is it the Brewers or is it the Blue Jays? Or you don't see any of them coming back at all? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm very, very curious to see what you guys are thinking. Game 3 is going to be tomorrow night in LA. For the Brewers, as of right now, it's TBD. Nobody pitching for the Brewers as of right now. But it's going to be Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers. he's going to be out on the mound in Game 3. That's going to be a 6:08 p.m. Eastern start time on TBS. And listen, the pitching for the Dodgers has been great. Obviously, in these first two games that we've seen, only 2 runs allowed for the Dodgers pitching in these first 2 games. The starting pitching has been very, very dominant from the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've been hearing that their bullpen is their biggest weakness, yada, yada, yada. But listen, when your starters are carrying you this far into the ball game, you got a lot of room to work with. So, we'll see if the Brewers are able to exploit the Dodgers bullpen. But if not, we're gonna get the same results. It's gonna be GG's for the Brewers, and the Dodgers will be advancing to the World Series and getting a chance to go back to back. So listen, we'll see. And this is a unique postseason picture right now, because we're gonna get some first. If the Dodgers win the World Series again, they're the first team to go back to back since the Yankees in '99 and 2000. It'll be the first World Series win for the Seattle Mariners or for the Milwaukee Brewers if they win. And then for the Blue Jays, it'll be the first title since 1993. So, we got some firsts there in the making, depending on who wins this year's World Series. We have some other news, not postseason related. This is going to be real quick. But we did see that Mike Shildt, he ends up retiring. I think he had 2 years left on his contract with the San Diego Padres as manager. But he pretty much just said it wasn't it for him. It was not it. It was time for him to step down and go off. So congrats to him on retiring. Hopefully he's able to enjoy his retirement. Too much for him physically, mentally, he said, emotionally. So again, he's able to make that move. Congrats to him. And going back to the complete game, I forgot to mention this. Going back to the complete game for the Dodgers by Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That was the first postseason complete game since Jose Lima back in 2004. Jose Lima that dude was funny to watch on the mound, man. Such a funny dude. But anyways, going back to Mike Shildt, that makes it another managerial opening that's going to need to be filled before the start of next season. And obviously, we got a good amount of teams. So we got the Washington Nationals, we got the San Francisco Giants, Colorado Rockies, our Atlanta Braves, of course, the Minnesota Twins, LA Angels, Baltimore Orioles, and of course the San Diego Padres now that Mike Shildt has retired. So those are all job openings when it comes to managers. So, we're going to have to wait and see who these teams end up going with to fill up these vacancies. But not to be biased or anything like that. I do think out of all these teams, of course, the Braves are the most attractive managerial opening. That's just me. I'm not trying to be biased, but I think it's between the Braves and obviously the Giants and the Padres. Those got to be the most attractive openings right now. The Nationals one isn't bad also. You got a lot of young players coming up with the Nationals. So, you could throw the Nationals in there, maybe a fourth spot if I had to rank the best managerial openings as of right now. But for me, I think the Braves obviously is the number one opening as of right now. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for the Chop Seat. Again, I'll put this here again. Let me just put this here one last time. If you want to go catch an NLCS game or ALCS game, go to SeatGeek and use code CHOPSEAT20, and you're going to save $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. And if you're not into baseball, I get it. You want to go watch any other sports, NFL, NBA starting soon. I think NHL starting soon too. I don't know. You guys let me know. If you're not into any of those sports either, you want to go catch a show, you want to go catch a concert, go to SeatGeek and put in code CHOPSEAT20, and you're going to save yourself $20 off your first purchase. And if you do use code CHOPSEAT20, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Hit me up in the comments. Send me something on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, X, whatever you guys call it, TikTok. Let me know you use it, man. I want to thank you personally for using code CHOPSEAT20. So that's all I have. Make sure, probably Friday, I did say the next episode was gonna be Friday, but I did have some time to be able to recap these games. That's why I came on tonight. But the next episode will be Friday. We're gonna preview all these games that are gonna be happening in between. And we're gonna have a game 5 on Friday if necessary on the ALCS side. So we'll see. We'll see where we're at when it comes Friday. So until then, guys, thank you for tuning in. Stay safe, and we will see you next time on the Chop Seat.